In this video, I'll show you how to make and to receive phone calls with your new Pioneer AVH-110BT. So right now I'm on the AM/FM radio source, and I know that I have a phone connected because I have the Bluetooth logo right here lit up in blue on my screen. And if I touch the telephone button, I can see that I have a Pixel 2 connected. That's this phone here. I can see some battery information and some signal strength information there as well. So when we touch that telephone button, the first thing we see here is our preset dial list, and you can see I have a couple of things listed in my preset dial list. If I wanted to delete those names from my preset dial list, I'd use the trash can over here to get rid of them. If I want to add some additional names into the preset dial list, that's really easy to do. Go over here to your incoming and outgoing phone calls, and wherever you see the book with a little plus mark beside it there, you can add that name into the preset dial list very easily. If I want to make a phone call to anybody here, just touch that name on the screen and we'll connect that call. Next up is my my phone book or my contact list from my phone that transfers over. All I have to do is touch any name there, and I can make a call to that person in my contact list, excuse me. And then I have my incoming and outgoing calls. Right here are my outgoing calls. Here are my incoming calls, and here are the incoming calls that were rejected. And at the bottom of the list here is my keypad, but you can see the keypad is grayed out. I can't get to it. So I'll need to engage the vehicle's parking brake. When I engage the parking brake, the keypad becomes available, and I could dial any number that I wanted here, and I can press the green telephone button to connect that call. So I'll take the parking brake off for right now, and please note that you do not have to have the parking brake engaged to make a phone call. We'll go up to our preset dial list, and I'm just going to touch Reginald here to make a call. So here you can see the phone is ringing, and we have dialing up here the telephone number and the name of the contact, if that contact name is stored in your phone. So now the call has been connected, and once the call is connected, we get a timer up on the screen showing me the duration of the call. And the first button here is private on and off. So if I wanted to pick up my handset here and not use Bluetooth but hold the handset to my ear, I could switch private on, and that becomes a handset phone call at that point. If I want to go back to a hands-free Bluetooth phone call, I can switch private back off. If I want to raise the volume of the phone call in my vehicle, use the volume button on the receiver right here. I can make the call louder in my vehicle with the volume button, and I can make the call a little quieter in my vehicle with the volume button. Now, the Bluetooth phone call volume is an independent volume control. It has nothing to do with the music source volume control at all. It's only when you're on the phone call. If I want to make the phone call a little louder or a little quieter for the remote caller, I can use the microphone button here. I can do that to make the call a little louder for the remote caller, and I can use that button to make it a little quieter or put it somewhere in the middle. Over here is my keypad. You see I can't get to the keypad. I need to engage the parking brake, and then I can get to the keypad. If I need to punch in a number, I can do that here. And of course, to end the call, I can just hit the red telephone button to hang up. And when we hang up, the system immediately goes back to the music source that you were listening to and begins to play. When a phone call comes in, I can hear the ringer from my phone and playing through the in-dash receiver. I can answer the call by touching the green phone button here, or I can reject the call by hitting the red. We'll answer this call. And when I answer the call, you can see the timer begins up here. Of course, I have the phone number and the caller ID if I have the caller ID stored in my phone. Everything else still applies here. I can make the call private. I can make the volume a little louder for the remote caller using the microphone here. I can make the call a little louder or a little quieter inside my vehicle using the master volume control. And when I'm done with this call, I can hit the red button to hang up. Now, in this case, I'm already on a phone call. Let's see what happens when a second call comes in. Here you can see a second call is ringing in, and I have my choice to, of course, reject the second call or to answer that call. So let's answer it. When I answer the call, you can see we have call waiting listed here and the timer up at the top. Notice, please, that the green telephone is flashing here. I can switch between call number 1 and call number 2 by touching the green telephone button, and I can touch it again to switch back. I can hang up one call, and if I hit the red telephone button again, I will completely disconnect and go right back to the music source I was listening to. So let's say you're driving down the road and you just don't feel like listening to music anymore. Let's switch off the source. So I'm going to put my drop-down list there, and we'll switch the source off. So now there is no music playing in the vehicle. What happens if we get a phone call? The system reacts exactly like you would expect it to. We can touch the green button to answer the call, and when we're done with this call, we can hang up. This time, let's completely switch the in-dash receiver off. So we had the source switched off before. This time, let's choose power off. Yes, we want to completely power down the unit. So you can see the screen has gone out, the illumination has gone out on the side here. The system is completely powered down. What happens if we get a phone call? You can see that the system powers up, and it allows us to answer the call. And of course, when you're done, you can hit the red telephone button to hang up.